Welcome, everybody. Ha! 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 Boom, 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 boom. Dude, I like this layout. This is a sick layout.
Yeah, man.
I like it a lot,
I was
man.
waiting for like a two-person show for us to run it.
Yeah, man. No. I feel like, yeah, we're not coming up in the world. We already are up in the world. Big up everybody inside already. Make sure that you smash the likes. Make sure that you sub. And welcome to the 24-hour late match recap of the Brighton Arsenal match. And of course, we drew Porto in the Champions League draw. And we also have Anfield, though we should probably talk about Anfield too. And what went on there this weekend. But Connor, how are you doing, man? Are you good? Are you recovered? Are we going to tell the people why we missed?
Yeah, I am recovered. Well, for my reason personally, I don't know about TJ's fully, but my reason was my friend. Well, big up to everyone in the chat, by the way, before I get started. Thank you for tuning in. It's a bit later in the UK, but thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Please do sub if you are new. Really appreciate that. But yeah, the reason we didn't do a show on Saturday, was it Saturday? No, it was Sunday.
It was Sunday. It was yesterday.
Sunday. My friends have just returned back from uni, and let's just say we had a pub night. And me expecting I was only going to go down for a couple drinks, you know, just as you do, nothing too heavy. But then they all start wheeling out everything, and people start buying you drinks when you don't ask them to. They say, "No, I'll do it anyway." And safe to say, I woke up the next morning with a bit of a hangover and wanted to stay in bed. So, and also the fact of the Arsenal game wasn't on TV in the UK, so I had to watch it from a. I can't say because I'll probably get this place demonetized, but it wasn't ideal, so I couldn't really watch the full game until I caught up.
That's fine.
Highlights. So yeah, that was my main reason. I was a bit hungover, so I apologize, people. I apologize.
If you were a bit hungover, I was a lot. It was two of my friends' birthday parties, and we went to this place called Funky Town in Kansas City, and it is an absolute. It's like if clubs from the 70s, 80s, and 90s all threw up on one spot.
Right.
And it's just where all the old fogies go and pretend like they're like in their teens or 20s, and that's where we went. And I had way too many drinks, but I was able to watch the game, even though it was like through like one bloodshot eye in bed. But I gotta say, man, let's get into it. And thank you guys so much for your patience and coming by and watching this way too late. But yeah, we're gonna go for probably about 40 minutes, and then I got to go to the gym, and then we got American Waffle later tonight. So, Connor, I'm going to start. I was extremely impressed. I don't mean to be like, oh, Mr. TJ, overly confident, blah, blah, blah. It's still Brighton. Yeah, it's not the Brighton of last year. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Not the Brighton of last year. Obviously, they got the likes of Evan Ferguson, who can be a threat. They got Matoma, who, in my opinion, didn't even show up for that game, but normally he plays a lot better than he did against us on the weekend. But I thought we got shot out of a cannon, no pun intended. Our pressing right off the bat was in their face. We were on them from the get-go. I don't think I would love to see this. Actually, you know what? Let me look at the freaking possession statistics because it does tell a story. Yeah. So 51-49. But I really don't think that tells the whole story. We had 29 shots, people. SofaSource says, or 26, 9 shots on target. We were all over them. We probably should have won 5-0, in my opinion, because Odegaard still can't finish anything. Like, I don't know what's going on with him, but he cannot finish anything. But great goals. Again, Jesus, right where he needed to be there. Absolutely great performance. Again, like I don't mean to be, too predictable, but my man of the match, he was absolutely incredible, mixing things up in the final third. And then we got to say it, man. We got to say it. I cannot believe I have to say this. What a pass. What a through ball from Eddie Nketiah on that Kai Havertz goal. I'm not bigging up Kai Havertz. I mean, I'll big up Kai Havertz for getting the goal because he does have to finish, right? Yeah. But what a through ball from Eddie Nketiah there. I mean, I would keep him on the pitch just to do that. If you're going to come onto the pitch, be an impact sub like that, and get up a goal going like that, I mean, what are you supposed to say? I can't say anything bad about Eddie Nketiah and his performance in that game. I thought that we were all over them. Brighton didn't look like they had a prayer. I think they had one good chance, and then other than that, it was curtains, man. I'm extremely extremely impressed with the way that we performed that match, and that's the kind of momentum that we need going into Anfield, especially. And we'll get into this, I'm sure, a little bit, but especially a pissed off Liverpool because that they are going to be fuming after that performance against Man United this weekend. But what did you think?
Yeah, no, the game, we completely controlled it. Like, it was like, everyone's been sort of hyping up Brighton, and rightfully so. They've been very good in recent year, I'd say. And obviously they destroyed us last season at home when we were, I'd like to say, on the back end of losing our league title. So I think the players were a bit deflated. But no, listen, they had their injuries, and I'll get the line up again. They had their injuries in the team. But I'm sorry, we completely dominated them. Completely. And it's just a shame that everything was perfect, bar our finishing. It's as simple as that. Everything was perfect apart from our shooting. And don't get me wrong, I understand we scored 2 goals, and that is in a sense finishing. But by that I mean when we have 26 shots on goal, like you said, TJ, you do expect it to be 3, 4, or 5. And this is where we go back to, we clearly have a team that works together very well when they're on their day. Obviously, sometimes our team has their off day and they don't perform, which has been very rare, obviously, this season. Only been in two games, really, in terms of losses. But this, in my opinion, I know he is starred here, but probably because he got practically the winning goal for us, bar Kai Havertz. Because I don't think without Jesus' goal, we really would have got ahead. It could have still been 0-0. But yeah, my point is, you can see there's a team. There's a team working together. And they do work together very well, but there's that place that needs fulfilling right now, and that is the striker position. And listen, Jesus scored. I'm very happy for him. It was a good goal. Can I say it was an easy goal? Right place, right time? Maybe I can. But you just look at the finishing. We have to get in a striker. Listen,
I feel like I've heard this before, but go on.
Yeah, I'm very confident. I'm actually. I looked at the game last night with Liverpool against Man United, and I'm like, they have their frailties. But then I look at Man City, and I think people are writing off Man City already, and I think that's the most stupid thing to do ever, because we know what Man City are like. We were 10 points clear, or was it 9 points clear, and they still caught us up and won the league title. So don't get it twisted that Man City are now done their finish. I don't think they are. I definitely think they're still in the race. I definitely think they can actually still win the league. They are still my favourite contenders to win the league, even though us, Liverpool and Villa are above them. They are, in my opinion. But the way I see us going through and winning this title, if we had that striker, if we had that Tony, the Osimhen's of the world, that would have been 5-0 yesterday, easily. Not because of the striker, but because you've got someone on the pitch that can actually just finish the ball. You know, the likes of Odegaard and Jesus. As much as Jesus to get the goal, this isn't the point. The point is, they love the extra step over, the extra turn, Yeah. So that's the only thing that makes me think, right, if we want to go ahead and progress and really go on and get this title, for me, it's a striker. It's a striker for me personally.
No, 100%. We got Eli in the back. Big up Eli every single time. Let's see if he's there. Is he there? There he is, my man, with the plan. Our contributor from my fellow American, Eli. How you doing, brother? You good?
I'm good. How about yourselves?
No, we're thriving, man. We're at the top of the league. One point. Pencil us in. We're gonna be.
Yes, sir.
We're champions of December 18th. So it's totally good, totally fine with me. But what was your take on the game, bro?
Too wasteful in front of goal, man. Like we did a very good job of like dominating possession, even though, towards the second half they started, growing into the game a lot more and they have, chances of their own. But I feel like we definitely have to do a better job with just being more clinical. And it was definitely a game where you could tell that we needed a bit more of a killer in in our striker position, which is, I feel like Tony was that guy. But yeah, it was screaming out for somebody that can score.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big up, Kevin. Big up, Kevin. Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's say out of the chat real quick, and then we'll. I got a couple more questions from my guy Eli. Yes, we do have
Most deaf.
that that absolute fraud cult lookalike David Koresh follower. Okay, that's not mean. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. But yes, we do have Jacob from United Spurs of America and the Spurs guys in here. We got Mark Cook in here as well. We got Danny, big up Danny inside every single time. We got AJ, the mod, the best mod out there. We got Mardini, the biggest fraud out there. We got Kevin Jimenez, big up Kevin Jimenez every single time. Mardini, hold that, Mardini. Absolutely, hold that. No, but you see, and here's the thing: is I think I'm just getting extremely frustrated. Where it's not like Odegaard played well yesterday. Let's have it right outside of the finishing, but the finishing, I swear, man, if we could just turn on the finishing, I would be more confident in a title run. But right now, I'm not. We just don't have the attacking prowess. We don't have the finishing. We just don't have that killer instinct in our front three. Are we gonna are we calling for Osman right now? Or are we gonna say, you know what, let's go pay 150 million release clause or whatever it's gonna end up being for Milan? Are we gonna end up going after Ivan Toney for 100 mil, even though he hasn't played in 6 months? Like is the improvement there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How realistic is it that we're going to get somebody through the door? I keep asking this, and and I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy or anything like that, but Eli, like, I'm just not supremely confident about it.
All right, so this is really going to be the transfer window where we're going to see what our club is all about, because they can't pull this excuse, oh, we don't have the money. We just got a cash injection from making it past the group stage. And then if the owners really want to, they could easily inject some cash as well. So that's easily 200 M's that we can use in January. And if we do that in January, that means we don't have to go as big in the summer, if you think about it. So I feel like we should at least be getting in at the very least 2 players in January just to shore up the squad, which is a striker and either a midfielder or a left back. We need one of those. We definitely need a striker, and we need either a midfielder or a left back. Striker guarantee. We have to. We need a killer up front, because right now we're just missing too many chances. Like Odegaard again should have had a hat trick, but he's too in his mind, and he's thinking too much. He's taking 3, 4, 5 touches. Same thing with Martinelli, taking 5, 10, 12 touches in the box when he should be shooting probably first time. And I think that's that. They just, once our players get out of their own head and start, doing it on instinct like they were last year, we'll start bagging goals. Because if you think about it, all the games that we've lost or drawn, like you were saying, like you were talking with Mike Doss the other day, TJ, we've dominated as far as like XG. And if we convert even half of those chances, we'd be throttling everybody. We'd be throttling them, but our shooting boots just aren't on this year for some reason. And it's weird to me. I'm just not understanding where the drop in form has been from, the end of last year to this year. I just don't understand why we aren't bagging the goals we were. You would think that, a year on into the process of, going second in the league, possibly winning, you would think that they would go into this season with a mentality of, I don't want to feel that pain again. I don't want to be that. I don't want to feel that I'm almost there. I want to be there. I want to be number one. I want to win the league. I'm going to do everything in my power to score these goals, make sure we don't concede, and try to push on and, win these cups and win these competitions that we haven't won. Like we haven't won the League Cup in 31, probably going into 32 years now. We haven't won the league in 30 years. We haven't won. Yeah, we haven't won in Europe in like 30 years. We haven't won the FA Cup in 4 years. So we got to break these ducks, and until we break these ducks, we'll be forever a banter club until we do.
Yeah.
So that's
I agree with you. No, bro, I agree with you 100%. And big up Dal. He can't be here, but he's still dropping his $20 super chat. Big up, Dal. Big up Dal every single time, helping keep the lights on here at TJ Warren TV. Make sure that you smash the likes. Make sure you subs. You don't have to give me a super chat. Just smash the like, people. If you like the content, smash the like. If you don't like the content, smash the like anyway. And then tell us in the comments why you don't like it. And then I will respond, because I respond to every single comment, even if it's negative. And then we'll just get in a fight in the comments and it'll be fun. Yeah, but big up Dal every single time for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. And big up everybody inside. Scott, I think you're spot on. And you can always tell when Odegaard gets extremely frustrated is because he claps the crowd or tries to like rile him up. And I'm like, you tell him like this dude is rattled, for lack of a better word. I mean, is it too much to hope? I'm gonna throw this one over to Connor. Is it too much to hope? And yes, #hope strategy. Is it too much to hope that eventually these are going to start going in? I mean, Odegaard is getting the shots. We had 26 shots. I'm going to say this, keep saying this. 26 shots yesterday. 9 on target. 9. XG almost 3. Like, is this eventually going to break through? Is he eventually going to start finishing? What do you think, Connor? Is it just bad luck, Connor?
But we can't forget that, you know, and I hope it doesn't happen, because I feel like it is a bit of a pipe dream getting a really good striker in January. But I look at Jesus' injury record and I feel like it's going to come bite us again. I just have this funny suspicion, because Jesus has been on a good run of form a little bit recently. And I'm just worried that he did that last season and he came out injured until March. And then we didn't really have the same Gabriel Jesus probably until the summer when pre-season hit. And then we're left with Eddie Nketiah. And we all know that Eddie Nketiah, great pass yesterday, great through ball yesterday, or Sunday even. Oh yeah, yesterday. But that's like a 1 in 5 for Eddie Nketiah, 1 in 10. You know, we don't have that consistency with Eddie. So listen, 9 shots on target, and we only put 2 in. You know, that just isn't screaming for. Listen, I really hope that Arteta is looking at it and thinking, do you know what? Maybe we do need to get someone in. Even if, you know, I mean, I saw us linked with Dominic Solanke from Bournemouth. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's not ideal. But I feel like, in my opinion, I look at the team and I know we may get hit with injuries, but if we're going to get that one player or maybe 2 in January, it has to, because I do believe we will bring in a form of, if it's a player or 2, I do believe we will this January. I don't believe we will go without an addition to the team, maybe even sell a few as well, or loan them out. But we've got to search the market for a striker, even if it's maybe a loan. Like I just don't see this team going all the way without that striker. And I'm going to say it every week, and people will probably get so bored of me because I say it every single week. But listen, because we look at it, defending was fantastic yesterday. It really was. It was really good. Yesterday didn't have much to do. That's because we kept them out, and then we didn't let them have a chance.
Our midfield looked great.
The midfield. Kai Havertz, I didn't actually mention it myself. Hats off to you, man. Hats off to you, because you proved me wrong here. You're beginning to prove me wrong, and that's all that I wanted from him. And he's now starting to do it with me. So respect to Kai Havertz. Yeah, Vilo, give a round of applause for Kai Havertz. I respect it. So I hope he carries that on, because then we could now see our midfield of being Odegaard, Havertz, and Declan Rice. I'm very happy with that for now. If they all keep their form up, which I know Declan Rice will. It's just on the other 2. So currently, as it stands, the defence and the midfield are fine, in my opinion. It's just that. And don't get me wrong, I love Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus. I do. I think it's a good attack. But, you know, when you look at the stats, you see, you know, these shots on goal, and you think you need that little bit extra, just a little bit. And but I'm hoping for too much. But if I'm just looking at, you know, wanting to win this title, you know, and that's my only outcome, really, if I can really see one.
I mean, honestly, Connor, I agree with you 1,000%, bro. You're not asking for too much. You're asking for this club to do the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? This is the bare minimum. We're supposed to be the number 3 club in this country. You know what I'm saying? There is no way in heck that we should be even having this discussion, because a top club will get it done. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we have those designs of, you know, joining the top again, you know, like with the likes of Man City, the likes of Real Madrid, you know, what we, you know, smashed Highbury down, and built the Emirates for. You know what I'm saying? Like if
1 second, I'll be right back.
we were promised this, and I feel like we were lied to for all these years because we haven't competed for a title. Well, we've competed for a title, but we've capitulated each time.
Yeah.
Since we've been to the Emirates, and I think it's been like twice. We lost the league once against Leicester, and then we lost here recently against Man City, and we had it all in our hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we just dropped the ball, man. We just dropped the ball. It's like, come on, do you not want us to win? We just needed like we just need like maybe 1 or 2 players that are, solid quality, but they just dropped the ball. We got Trossard, yeah. Lovely. I love it. Kivior, no.
Yeah.
Jorginho, why?
Mm-hmm.
And although, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you guys a question, and then we can move on to Champs League and Anfield, I would say, just because we got to keep this one a little bit short. But what are we? This is the closest I've seen, at least talent-wise or potential-wise, that like to truly competing, than we've been in a while, I would say. I mean, we're long are the days where we're watching Monreal or Bellerin or name who else you want. Rob Holding, El Neni as a Mavropanos, El Neni as a starter. You know what I mean? It's just like the dog days of Nicolas Pepe. Even though I liked him as a player, but he didn't produce the way we wanted him to or we thought he would. I just think the talent that we have in this squad right now, why you would be insane not to buy right now and give us the best chance to win, because honestly, the starting 11 is one of the best in the Premier League. I don't think that that's necessarily arguable. Obviously, the depth needs to be addressed, and I don't think we're going to address that until the summer, but we have to get a striker. We have to get a striker now, because that is really like, yes, you can argue that we're missing a winger. We probably could do with another fullback just because our other fullbacks are injured. Let's just be real with it. Other than, we see freaking White go down. We see Kivior and freaking Zinchenko back there. It's going to be a long day. But, you could argue that, our starting 11 is one of the toughest in the Premier League. We're starting to see Kai Havertz coming into his own a little bit. I am not getting on the bandwagon yet. I'm not on the bandwagon yet. Get me a win at Anfield. Give me, No, give me a result at Anfield.
We can do that. I genuinely do.
We can do it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sorry, but Anfield the other day was like the crowd. TJ was ridiculous.
Awful.
I.e., ridiculous as in it was awful.
Yeah, it was awful. And I'm supposed to believe. And let me finish this, and then let's move to Anfield. Buy the striker. Buy it now. And then if he doesn't get the job done with a quality striker in the number 9, Arteta has to go, because then he literally does have one of the best, if not the best, starting 11 in the Premier League.
It's a copy of last season, TJ. We were begging for a striker to get us over the line. Gabriel Jesus was injured, and then we had to go with Nketiah for the rest of the season. Then we ended up losing games. It wasn't down to Nketiah; it was down to the likes of Saliba being injured as well. And we actually don't really have that centre back. But I'm sort of the centre back option. I'm sort of praying that they stay fit. I'm more worried about the attack because of Gabriel Jesus' injury prone. More than Saliba. That's why I'm sort of going for him a bit more. We've got to learn from last season. Otherwise, we're literally, if you really think about it, we're doing a carbon copy of last season.
No, 100%.
It is literally the exact same. And if you want to learn from your mistakes, surely getting that striker is learning from the mistake. That's just my way of looking at it. But on Liverpool, if United can get a draw there, I'm sorry, we can get a result there. There's no excuse. And to be fair, we nearly got a result last year, but we classic what we've done last season. We bottled it.
We stepped our own dick.
I genuinely believe now is the time to go to that ground and actually get a win. The first time in 11 years, we have to go to that ground and get a win. And I genuinely think we can do it. I think we're up for the challenge. We've got no injuries to our starting 11. We've got no cup game this week to play, so we're going to have a full week of rest. I think Liverpool are playing. Yeah, Liverpool had the extra game, so don't forget that. So they may be a bit more tired than us. So we have no excuse to go there on Saturday and get that win. Honestly,
Facts.
I'm not confident, but I'm hopeful that we can actually get a result this time. Because normally, when it used to be Mane, Firmino, and Salah, even before that. But when it was at the time when it was Firmino, Mane, and Salah, I was like, we're going to get piped, and we did. We always got piped. But there's something this year, and I think a couple of people pointed it out in the chat. Their midfield is a bit weak at the moment. They played a midfield the other day. that actually haven't played together properly. You know,
Yeah.
in Gravenberch, Endo Fernandez, and who was the other one?
No, you mean Endo. You just mean Endo.
Endo Fernandez.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Enzo. Sorry,
No
Endo
worries.
and Szoboszlai. You know, they haven't played together. And
Szoboszlai wasn't very good either. That was one of the it was one of the lesser games I've ever seen him play.
The only thing I'm worried about is Zinchenko versus Salah. That's the only.
Oh yeah, that's going to be the problem area. Like I feel like we're gonna cut through their midfield like a hot knife through butter because their midfield is trash right now. Like from what I saw, because I think Gravenberch is hurt, McAllister is not going to be fit for the game, and then Szoboszlai, he's not on form right now. Who else they got? Curtis Jones. I don't think he's of the levels.
Thiago's injured as well, so.
Yep, Thiago's out. Yeah, so their midfield
gonna have to
is
start like they're gonna have to start like Samikas and I don't know what move Trent up to the midfield.
They've put Gakpo in the midfield before, but that isn't his natural position. That's why I mean we are at a point right now where we could maybe go and get. If we go ahead and get 3 points there, not only am I confident going forward, but you know you've beaten a team there that you haven't won for 11 years. And yes, I call for a striker because I do still believe we need one just to really solidify that title. If we go there and get a result, and we beat City earlier on this season, that is going to give me a bit of hope, 100%. Extra bit of hope and more motivation, you know, to go ahead and win.
Oh yeah, because we beat City. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, hold on. Let me shout out. There's a couple of absolute superstars in the chat right now. We got Jez inside. Jez says if Ramsdale sold in January, Arsenal will concentrate on getting on another keeper. I hope we hold on to Ramsdale until the summer, and then we can sell him in the summer. But if we need that cash, and if it's between Ramsdale being sold and getting a striker, or Ramsdale not being sold and not getting a striker, sell him now. Sell him
immediately,
expeditiously. But yes, big up Jez. Everybody go over to Arsenal History and More and subscribe. The link is in the description because Jez is the man. He is a partner to this channel. Go to the description, click the link, hit subscribe to Jez, Arsenal History and More. You can catch me over there on Friday. I'll be there before the American Idiot Show. And then we also got Tony Claude Gunner, another partner of this channel. Go to the description, hit the link. It says Tony Claude Gunner TV.
Big up, brother.
Hit the subscribe button. It's easy, people. It's easy. It's so easy. Also, big up my guy Flawless. Hit 9K this weekend. Go down to the description. Hit the link. Hit subscribe. Get him to 10K so I can drink on camera twice in like 2 months. You'll catch me over there on that 9K celebration stream, by the way, guys. But big up all of our partners here in the YouTube community. Really, really appreciate it, guys. But yeah, I mean, look. We're never going to be favored going into Anfield, but I think the key to the game is here's the question. Have we learned our lesson? Yeah. That's the question going into this game. Have we learned our lesson? Because as we said or a couple of minutes ago, as you alluded to, Connor, Anfield was a library. They had 30 some shots on United, couldn't score. But I'm telling you, if we wake that place up, we will drop points. We have to keep our heads. We have to just play within ourselves and get a freaking result out of this. And I think we can.
Yep.
I think we can. What do you? I mean, Eli. What do you? Are you scared of Anfield, Eli?
Not at all. Not at all. I think the only thing we truly have to worry about is them hitting us on the break. Because we can get at their two fullbacks. Trent, not the best defensively. Same thing with Tsimikas, not the best defensively. We can get at them. So I'm looking at it as if we keep playing the way we're playing and convert our chances, we can thrash them. Like we can honestly thrash them. Just make sure we're watching them come off the counter. Because that is literally, in my opinion, the only way that they can hurt us. Because that's how they've been playing this whole year. Beating teams off the counter because their attack, their front three, dangerous on any given day. They can just pop up and start scoring goals for fun. Salah, we already know what he is. Nunez, he had when he's on. And Diaz, I don't know what's happened to him, but I'm thinking Klopp might sit him and start Hakpo And if he does that, that'll spell trouble for us because he might put Nunez on the wing, and I feel like he's more of a threat on the wing, cutting inside, than he is in the middle. Because Hakpo is kind of like their new age Firmino in my opinion, because he can link up play really well, and they can interchange. So that'll probably give us some issues. But in terms of us defending against them, I think as long as we make sure that they don't hit us on the counter, we don't make any silly mistakes, and we don't make any errant passes, and we actually convert our chances, we have a very, very good chance of getting out of there with 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, and you this is like reliving a bad dream, Connor. You're killing me with this graphic here.
I was only actually bringing it up just to compare what we've got now compared to before when we drew 2-2, and the same with Liverpool as well. Just to see, have we made upgrade? I mean, look at the midfield. Obviously, the biggest change is that we now have Havertz and Rice instead of Xhaka and Partey. Is that an upgrade? Don't know. Obviously, we had Rob Holding. We had no Saliba at that point, so you got to remember that. But you got to remember, we scored 2 goals at the beginning of the game. We thought, wow, we've just scored 2 goals in 30 minutes at Anfield, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Xhaka moment happened. He got the yellow card, and the whole of Anfield was risen up. And they're like, let's get them. And then, unfortunately, we conceded 2. So, completely agree with what you said earlier, TJ. And I don't know if Eli, you said it as well. We cannot let that crowd get riled up at all. And don't get me wrong, I feel like we'll be under the front foot. I don't think we're going to be controlling it at Anfield like we did against Brighton. Not at all. But do I think we can go there and definitely get a result? 100%. I'm just worried about Zinchenko v Salah. I really am.
Oh, Lord. I wish Tomiyasu was here for this game.
Dude, Tomiyasu, and this is it's signings like Timber was made for this game.
Yeah.
We signed him to
100%.
play this game.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why I'm just so frustrated, man. It's like now we get to watch Zinchenko, and if you got Alexander-Arnold overlapping Salah, and now I'm having nightmares again.
Yeah.
Nutmeg and nightmares.
Yeah. And it's a bit worrying. But then, I don't know. The only thing I look at with Liverpool right now is, I watched them the other day, and it was Man United, and you would have thought, I personally thought it'd be a 3-0 slapping, a 4-0, and it wasn't. Definitely, I believe Salah had an off day. But I look at Luis Diaz so far, and especially Darwin Núñez, very poor recently in a couple of games for Liverpool. And
Núñez been shit.
They've got their frailties, man. They do have their frailties. They've got no Andy Robertson, which is a massive hit for them, by the way, because I don't think Tsimikas is anywhere near good. And Trent, and Van Dijk has looked a bit shaky recently. Still, personally, one of my favorite centre backs in the league, but did look a bit shaky recently. And yeah, they don't really have. And also, you look at their bench, very weak bench, lots of injuries, very, very, and we've got to take advantage of that. Very weak bench. Not that we have the best bench. I don't believe we do. But that's another thing to take advantage of. And also, I really hope that Raya shuts the haters up in this game as well.
Yeah,
if Raya walked out of Anfield with a clean sheet, we wouldn't hear any more hate from Raya, from Raya haters personally.
I mean, other than Firmino, no, I agree, 100%.
Hey, he needs to stop flopping at that ball. That's what he needs to stop doing.
He was very good against Brighton. Very good against Brighton. There was a couple moments where I was worried he wasn't. And I was like, oh God, don't do this to me. But yeah, he's very composed and very good. He got the clean sheet. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Interesting comment here from BX Gunner. Big up BX Gunner. Nice to see you. By the way, everybody, make sure you smash the likes. Get us up to 30 likes before the end of the stream. We're going to go probably about 15 more minutes. Interesting comment here. Would you start Kivior on the left?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
No.
The only way that could work is if we play as a back 3.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he cannot go forward. Or if anything, he can drop it to the midfield next to Rice so Rice can push forward. And, and it'll still technically be like a back 3 triangle sort of thing. That's the only way this could work. He cannot overlap. He cannot go any further. I don't want him going past the halfway line. He said he was the fastest center back over there at Spezia. Nah, bro, your pace is 20 on FIFA. You slow. You're not as slow as Jorginho at 5, but you're still slow. I cannot have you going forward. You gotta stay back. You have to stay back. Gabriel and Saliba, those are our fast center backs. Kivio, you're not fast. Stay back. And then that way Ben White can go forward. He can overlap, and then we can still have that defensive, solidarity in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way Kivior can work. Now, if that's what Arteta's gonna do, then I'm all for that. By all means, please have at it. Just make sure you put Zenny where Havertz plays, and then we'll be straight. So that way we can have that intricate passing between Zenny and Odegaard. And if Odegaard plays like he did against Brighton, where he's over here doing flicks and tricks past like 3-4 players, but he actually gets out of his head and starts shooting first time, then we might actually have a game on our hands. We'll control that midfield battle with Rice, Zinchenko, and Odegaard. That would be a sick midfield. And then I feel like, with Zenny playing in that left center mid role, where he doesn't have to actually track back and defend, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he would actually be more of a help rather than a detriment, because he's always been an intricate passer of the football. He's just having to think too much about defending rather than attacking, because as soon as we lose that ball, he's like, oh, shoot, where am I? He's all the way in right mid. Why are you over there, bro? Why are you over there? Yeah. Whereas if he's already in that role anyway, I'm pretty sure him and Odegaard could probably easily switch between left and right mid real easy. It won't be too much of an issue. So if he's going to do that, that would be the only way for that to work. And then put Havertz in late game if he, to make those late runs into the box. You know what I'm saying? Like he has been these past few games.
I even said Eli, TJ, I was watching Brighton the other day against Arsenal. And I've said it before, TJ, that was Zinchenko's perfect game, because he didn't have to worry about tracking back as much. And he was in his element in the midfield, controlling it.
Exactly.
You had Saliba, Gabriel, and Ben White sitting back. And you obviously had Zinchenko forward with everyone else. And that's when he's at his element. And that's when he's most happy and comfortable. But he's not going to be able to do that against Liverpool. He's not going to be able to be just sitting in the midfield with everyone else. He's going to have to run. He's going to have to track back. He's going to have to keep his eyes on Salah at all times. Now, don't get me wrong. Last season, when we were there, if I'm right, didn't he make it? I feel like he made an error at the end that conceded us a goal. I may be wrong. Someone correct me.
Yeah, no, he got nutmegged by Trent. That was why, dude. That was why. No, that was why I was like, this is like a horror show. Like I was
I honestly, do you know what, Eli, TJ? I wouldn't be surprised if Kivior actually does start on the weekend.
I think this game is crying out for him.
I've done it before, guys. He's done it before. He has dropped him in games where he doesn't feel confident with him, with Zinchenko. And Kivior, yes, isn't ideal. But would I feel more confident with him there? Maybe, yeah.
I need a defensive-minded left back when we're going up against the best right wing in the league.
Would I take Tomiyasu? Yes, any day of the week.
But Tom. We all know Tommy's not going to be back, unfortunately. Yeah. But that's why I'm saying we need to be defensive-minded on the left side. Have to be. Ben White can't play over there. We don't have anybody else that can play over there. Yeah. And Zinchenko's a glorified midfielder. Sorry, I'm going. If you're asking me right now, I'm starting Kiwior. I'm starting him.
You're not doing the Ben White and Cedric duo?
No.
Oh.
no Cedric.
I forgot Cedric was an option. I'm sorry.
I saw a video today actually of the players walking out of I believe it was the Arsenal hotel where before they go into the ground. I don't know what it was. They were walking out somewhere, and it was Declan Rice. Then it was Zinchenko, and all the fans were clapping. They were like screaming, and poor Cedric walked out, and it went quiet. And I felt so bad. Literally, everyone was screaming for Declan Rice and Zinchenko, and then literally Cedric comes out, and they're like, and you could even hear a woman in the background say, "Who's that?" And I thought, Jesus. Poor guy. He's been through it. Oh well. But yeah.
He fought for his spot, and he's only
didn't work out for him.
Well, no, the only game he's going to start are meaningless group stage games against PSV.
Yeah, I think he's done unless we get major injuries.
He didn't look good against PSV's B team. Like the guy doesn't have a future here. It is what it is. Jess says knowing Arteta could play Ramsdale at left back.
Oh, honestly, my days.
He's got 50. What is it? 50 positions.
Yeah, he's got 40. He's got 43 different formations. Jess,
I've only seen one of them ever.
and now interchange throughout the game. You never know what we're gonna get with it. You know
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
never
saying?
know. And I heard the formation depends on what route he takes to the Emirates or Anfield. All right, moving on to the UCL. Big up everybody inside. We got like 15 inside while everybody and their mother is streaming. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Thank you for joining us on a beautiful Monday evening. We're gonna go here for about 5 more minutes, but I want to get everybody's take on the round of 16. Here's mine very quickly. I think we were lucky to get the draw that we did. I'm very excited to see us play these guys, and they aren't mugs. Porto are not a bad team. These Portuguese sides we tend to struggle with for some reason.
Especially last season.
But yeah, no, I think we were very fortunate to get who we got, and we'll see some of the bigger teams fall. I was seeing a certain Manchester City fan, Hamza, saying that it was rigged and that Arsenal are going to roll over Porto. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Yeah, Man City. No, Man City were the luckiest.
Yeah. So how surprising they get?
Shocking.
Jeez.
And then no disrespect to Copenhagen, how surprising that they got possibly the easiest.
And Mr. Post Office, I'm not saying it was luck in that terms. I mean, obviously, yes, we did have to win, but we did get an easier side out of the available sides. But that means on the other side of the coin, I'm not looking past Porto. I'm not.
Especially their home ground. Their home ground is very.
Yeah, and people seem to forget how shit we are away in Europe. Like, sorry, we played. Sorry, our group were minnows. Like, but we were. I mean, if we had any other team other than Lens and Sevilla, like, I think we would have had a little bit more of a difficult time. But Connor, what did you think of the draw?
Well, I'm happy we didn't get Inter, PSG, Napoli. So definitely one of the teams that I wanted to get, definitely. And it's in no disrespect to Porto, because as we know, there are multiple, even more than that, title winners for Portugal in the Liga NOS. So they're not a team to take as a joke. However, Arsenal Football Club should be beating these guys.
Yep. Facts.
I'm sorry, they should be. And I believe you've got the team to do it. Now, I say that. We look at last season, we couldn't beat Sporting. So I hope that the players and coaches realise how much this really means. And listen, I don't mind going out fighting. I don't mind that. If we show fight and we go out respectively, fair enough. But I don't want to go out at this competition 5-0, 10-2, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So as long as we show fight in each of these games leading up to wherever we end up and then wherever we get knocked out, by God, we could even win the thing. I've seen percentages where people are actually rating us and Real Madrid. Where that's coming from, I've got no idea. But
I want to know where those drugs are and where I can get them.
Yeah. But listen, all I'm going to say is each of these games, because I'm not predicting us to win it. I'm not. But if we won it, but yeah, I don't think I'd shut up forever, because that's the European Cup argument over. But you haven't won a European Cup. So, but no, my point is, as long as we go out into these games fighting and not making ourselves look like idiots, I'll be proud of the team. But I just don't want to get slapped. It's as simple as that, you know. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. And I think we can. I think we can.
Yeah. And you guys and Eli, final thoughts on this, because I got to head out of here in 2 minutes. But what are your thoughts on Porto? Are you scared of Porto? Do you think we got an easy draw, or are you? Because my opinion is we should be beating these guys, but you know, I'm just one guy.
Honestly, we should be thrashing Porto, but who knows? Who knows? But remember, these games are after the January transfer window. Yeah. So if we go big in January, then we shouldn't have any issues whatsoever with Champions League. Because if we go big, then not only do we have a chance of winning the league, we have a chance of winning Champions League. And we haven't been this close to it in years. So why not go big and try to win everything? So that way we can go ahead and solidify ourselves as one of the top 3 teams in the UK, and then go get us that European pedigree so people can stop banishing us for that. Oh, you've never won a year. Well, besides the one European Cup, what else have you won? Nottingham Forest has more than us, which is crazy to me. I still can't go over that. I still can't get over that. I can't get over that. Go win us something in Europe, please. But I feel like the team who got the easiest draw was definitely Man City. I'm honestly glad. I'm honestly glad that all of these Spanish teams top their divisions because I did not want to see any of them. I didn't want to see Sociedad. I didn't want to see Madrid. I didn't want to see any of those folks because those are some bad boy teams, man.
People are saying we're going to get by, and a lot of people are saying it's going to be.
No, it's written in the stars, man. It's written in the stars. We're going to get past this, and then we're going to run into Bayern.
One of our teams to come up against, I believe. Yeah. So.
Yep. We're gonna get Bayern or Real Madrid. Yeah, no, it's gonna be peak if we get to the final 8.
I'll say it again: if we go out with a bit of fight and pride, it will not bother me. If we go out and get battered, then it will bother me, and I'll stick to that. I will stick to that.
All right, guys, that's the show for today. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Go over to Connor CMO.editing on Instagram. Go pay him money to make him stuff. Look at this. Look at this layout. It's incredible. Hire him now, but not too many people. I still need him to work for me. But big up. You can find me and Eli, obviously, on Sarcasm City TV. Eli calls in. We're also on the same Sarcasm City FC team. You can catch us playing pretty much every night on Pro Clubs. And then what's my next show? You can catch us. No, you can catch me tonight on American Waffle here in a few hours over on Staffy TV. Go watch that. Go subscribe to Staffy TV. And then we will be back on Wednesday for Let's Be Real, the real Let's Be Real show. Me, Connor, and the legend himself.
Thursday. Right?
No, it's Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday.
We did Wednesday.
Cool.
Yeah. Big up C Cubed. I see you guys are in here. Big up everybody coming inside. Rewind the show, watch it, banner us in the comments, smash the like while you're at it. But yes. Wednesday, Ala from the Fight Week show is coming on to hang out with us. You guys know him from the Fight Week show and League Gunners watch-alongs. We will have an absolute blast with that guy as we normally do. But guys, I got to head out. Sorry for the brief exit. Make sure that you guys are smashing the hell out of the like buttons, and we will see you on Wednesday. Come on, you Gunners, let's go.